Okay, welcome to another class on the theme of money. So let's start with pay over the odds for something. And we have a lot of expressions with odds, you know, against the odds, things like that. I might write that one down here, in fact. If you do manage to do something against the odds, it means that you weren't expected to manage to do it. Yeah, you weren't expected to be successful. So if something is against the odds, it means that that it's difficult to do and nobody expects you to do it. But if you pay over the odds for something, it means you pay too much for something. You pay more than you should. It means that they overcharge you, and you can say it like that. The person overcharged me. It should have been £5, but he asked for £10. He overcharged me, and I paid over the odds for that item. So it's quite common, quite regular, and you know, you want to use this sometimes. Pay over the odds, pay too much. And it means that you pay more than the going rate, because the going rate is the typical price for a product. It's the expected price. It's the price that everybody agrees is a normal price. So the going rate is the correct price, really. It's what it really does mean the rate that everybody is asking for this product. Yeah, the price that everybody is asking for this product. So, for example, the going rate for classes in this town is about £30 an hour. It's the going rate for private classes in this town. Okay. Now, if something goes for a song, or if you sell something for a song, or buy something for a song, and you can use those two verbs as well, it means that it's really, really cheap. Yeah, it's the opposite of pay over the odds, this, because it means it's really cheap. It's going for a very small amount of money. It's going for a pittance. It's being sold for a pittance. Yeah, it's being sold for a trifling sum. Both of these words mean not much money at all. Yeah, a pittance is a very small amount of money. So remember this noun. It's a good one. It's a pittance. It's quite common. Again, it's quite often used. So yeah, if something goes for a song, it costs you nothing or almost nothing. It's a pittance. It's a trifling sum. It's easy to buy. It's very, very, very cheap. Okay, if you slash your prices, you're making your prices cheaper. Yeah, and so you are giving people a discount. You are slashing your prices, but you can just say slash prices. You don't have to have a determiner in there as well. So slash prices, reduce prices, cut prices. Now, obviously, if you buy something that's quite expensive, like a computer, a laptop, you might want a 2-year warranty. You probably do want some kind of guarantee, maybe a 1-year guarantee, maybe a 2-year guarantee. I actually bought a second-hand laptop not long ago, about a month ago, and it came with a 1-year guarantee, and I'm really pleased with it. It was £140, which I think is really cheap. Lovely little machine. I'm very pleased. I think that it was going for a song. Yeah, I think that I got it at a very cheap price. And so I'm very happy because I know this is under the going rate for a laptop. But I don't need an expensive laptop. I'm happy with a nice simple one. I just need them to write courses. Okay, so a 2-year warranty. Don't forget there's no S on year when you make it into a compound adjective. Yeah, this is a compound adjective. That's why we got the hyphen. A 2-year warranty. Okay, if something costs an arm and a leg, then you are paying over the odds for it. I'm getting confused with another one here. Something can cost an arm and a leg, but you can also pay through the nose for something. Pay through the nose. And if you pay through the nose for something, you pay over the odds. You pay far too much. It costs an arm and a leg. We got a lot of idiomatic English with money. I think that's the case in all languages. Money's a very important topic, so there's a lot of idioms, there's a lot of expressions, or there are a lot of expressions that will add colour to your language. So yeah, if something costs an arm and a leg, it's far too expensive. You're paying, it means it's exorbitantly priced. It's really, really expensive, and you will pay through the nose when you buy that product. Okay, look at this nice adjective. We have this expression, no expense was spared. That's the usual expression. And when no expense was spared or is spared, it means that you splash out on everything for this particular event. Let's say that you have a no expense spared trip, yeah? You go on a trip to the Bahamas and no expense was spared. That means that you got the best of everything. It means that when you booked the trip. You went for the most expensive cabin on the ship, yeah, with a lovely big cabin, maybe with a jacuzzi, maybe a private swimming pool inside. And you bought the most expensive food, you bought the most expensive champagne, you splashed out on everything. Yeah, so no expense spared wedding would mean a very, very expensive wedding where the couple have bought the most expensive church, the most expensive car, the most expensive cake, the most expensive wedding dress. That's a no expense spared wedding. But you could have a no expense spared cruise, yeah, or whatever, or no expense spared anything, yeah, and it means very, very expensive. You were not you were buying the most expensive thing in each category, yeah. So the most expensive wedding dress, the most expensive cake, yeah. And so I hope that's clear. Your expenses are the things which you usually, well, they're your costs. They're the things which you spend. Yeah, and so if you're a self-employed person, your expenses are the things which you have to spend money on to keep the business going. So if you're self-employed and you're an online tutor, your computer is an expense, your internet bills are an expense, your phone bills are an expense. Okay, if you have money to burn, you've got loads of money. You've got so much money that you could sit there and burn it all day. And that's the idea. And if you say, oh, he's got money to burn, it means he's incredibly rich, yeah, unbelievably rich. And so rich that they can just throw their money down the drain. That's the idea. Where's throw your money down the drain? Was it in the last lesson? I think it was in the last lesson. So yeah, if you've got money to burn, you've got so much money you can throw it down the drain. It's that you're that rich. To come into a fortune means to inherit a fortune. And this phrasal verb, it's only really collocates with things like fortune or an inheritance, or came into a lot of money. That would be possible as well. He came into a lot of money when his uncle died. Something like that. So do remember this word inherit. It's very useful. Inheritance is the noun, and this is the money you get when somebody dies and they leave money to you. Yeah, you have to pay some kind of tax, inheritance tax, sadly. But yeah, if you come into a fortune, you inherit a lot of money. Don't forget this one down here with against the odds. If you win against the odds, it means you win even though you weren't expected to win. Okay? Let's have a look now on head over heels in love. This is nice and easy, I think. Remember that head over heels does mean upside down. Yeah, do remember these kind of expressions. Upside down, inside out. I'm going to write a few of them down there because they're just so useful. Upside down is when something is head over heels, yeah? It's when something which is usually standing like this. I mean, here on my head, my heels are down here. If I'm head over heels, my head is on the floor and my heels are up in the air. I am upside down when I'm head over heels. So remember this phrase, upside down. It's very, very useful when you're describing a picture or something like that, because quite often a